Oh, sorry, my eyes is watering. Got a little bit allergies today. All right, I got something for y'all. First and foremost, happy Tuesday. I'm happy that I woke up this morning. Had a hard night. Was tossing and turning. Definitely had a real hard night. And I don't know what was going on with my fur baby. I don't know what was going on with my cat. But it's like he was doing his own battles around the house. I swear, he sleeps all day. He complains about being on a meal schedule. And I think he was just getting back at me. Like soon as I like felt myself dreaming, I don't know about y'all, but me, I have dream sense. So I literally like felt myself like, oh, great, I'm going to sleep. Smack! And he just smacked me in my face, like, nah, who told you you get to sleep tonight? He is on a diet. His veterinarian told me that he may be a little bit passive aggressive. Um, so I got little dark circles around my eyes, y'all, today because sister girl did not get any sleep last night because I have a passive aggressive cat. Uh, a passive aggressive cat that did not let me sleep. That's why I got dark circles around my eyes today. But I wanted to talk a little bit about my EMDR session that I'm going to uh, have today. And oh, one person is in. Hi. Would you like to say hi in the chat? I can address you directly or not. It's up to you. Um, Welcome to my live chat. Okay. Um, I have an EMDR session today. Look, I'm like rubbing my hands right now and therapy session, and it will be a very difficult session today. This whole month, I think we're going to probably focus on my first abuser, my first trafficker, which was my oldest brother, Kevin, who is, hi Stevie, who is currently serving a life sentence in prison today for unaliving and robbing an individual that was his friend. And so today I get to speak on my very first memory of him, which is of me being passed to a neighborhood boy being at 5 years old, being violated as he stood there and watched. Uh, I have had I've had a total of, I believe, 18 EMDR sessions on other aspects of my trauma. And I'm not saying that I intentionally avoided dealing with working through my been through with that particular individual. I just felt like I needed to get other things out the way to really put my energy into it. The other day, an individual who has some spiritual gifts, she told me, she's like, Spirit is telling her that I really just need to, I know what I need to heal from. I really do. I know. I have a book of all the things that I heal from. Before every EMDR therapy session, I tell my therapist, this is the EMDR session that I want to focus on. So today, the focus will be on my first trafficking experience with my oldest brother trafficking me at 5 years old and watching, standing there watching as I am being violated, um, devalued, dehumanized, defiled. Um, by a neighborhood boy that he passed me to at the age of 5. There aren't words. And it's not my job to forgive individuals who violated me. Um, the truth is, the violations happened to a child. And when you violate a child, you're violating God, and that is on you, you know. Uh, and though my oldest brother is in prison serving a life sentence for unaliving his friend, he is my first trafficker. I was 5, and he was 5 years older than me. He was 10 years old, trafficking me to neighborhood boys. And yes, he was also a victim of assault as a young child too. There is no excuse for what he did because he continued to do so up until the age of he was 13, not just to me, but other siblings as well. So yes, I am a trafficked survivor. So today I will be doing an EMDR session on that. Um, Hi, Maria Lopez. Hi. Um, what is maddening about being trafficked by my oldest brother at 5 years old is that my mother chose him. She looked at her daughter that she said that she loves. The truth is, she didn't love me, and she chose him. She looked at me and she said, "That is still my son." She uh, looked at me and she said I wasn't worth uh, protecting, worth loving. And everything I'm saying is court documented, you know. Again, from the time I was 5, I was sexually assaulted throughout my childhood. And so um, there are individuals who've never been loved in the chat. There are individuals who have no idea what it's like. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove them. No one has permission to disrespect me. No one has permission to disrespect any individual walking this earth. I don't have permission to disrespect anybody. Nobody has permission to disrespect me. To wake up one day and decide to completely disrespect an individual who is healing and telling their story to help others heal, and uh, be disgusting, say disgusting remarks shows more about you. And I will say this, I've had to learn to contain not just my mouth. Let's be clear. So I will not pray for individuals who speak ill of survivors who are truly warriors, who are speaking up and speaking out against the disease of being touched. And so today, I will be doing my EMDR session. I keep repeating that, yes, but I also wanted to be want to be very clear. My page is a safe haven for survivors. I want people to come here and feel safe. So I will literally always correct. I will always correct an individual who is being disgusting in my chats. My page is a safe haven for survivors of domestic violence, of child abuse of any kind. You come in here disrespecting me or disrespecting other people, you will be blocked, you will be reported, and you will be blocked. And if I'm in the mood, you'll be roasted. Okay. So my mother choosing her son who violated me as a child over me, you know, she felt, you know, and I'm not defending my mother who loves her son. She just said to me, that is still my son. She still wanted me to have a relationship with him. She wanted me to take family pictures with him. She wanted me to give him hugs when he was around. She wanted me to act like what he did, yes, it happened, but it was the past and get over it. There were other family members who defended him. As you guys can see, I have a video of my own talking about how my uncle supported and defended him. I believe the title is "My Uncle Protected and Supported My Rapist," and which is my brother, one of my abusers, and he felt that because my brother was only 5 years older than me, his genitalia could have not physically hurt me. So it wasn't that big of a deal. I want to first tell anyone in this chat, all five of you, who, if you have experienced this, it is not your fault. Anyone who said it was your fault, they are in the wrong. I am proud of y'all. And if no one told you today you are special, strong, and you did nothing wrong, my tears that I feel coming stems from how we know in our families what's happening, but we have this mindset of what happens in this house stays in this house, and the victim does not get help. When people ask me like, well, did you tell a teacher? Yes, I did tell a teacher. I told adults. I did everything that society says a survivor or a victim is supposed to do. And nothing was done for me or my sister or my other brother. In fact, there is a video on my TikTok where I talk about how my oldest brother was violating and defiling my sister, who was also special needs. She's considered special needs, neurodivergent. I'll say neurodivergent. And I told my mom, and my mom just laid there and pretend nothing was happening, because she would have had to address what her son was doing to her daughters. But when she only did something when he violated someone outside of the family. And when he violated someone outside of the family, it made her look like a bad mom. So that's when she decided to do something. He was put in a program, a 9-month program for youth who would be considered SMEX offenders. I cannot believe I can't say what it really is. Offenders. And I remember when he was arrested and she looked at me and she just started crying. She said, "They put my baby in handcuffs and all y'all had to do was tell me." And we did. We did. To this day, my mother and I do not have a relationship. We do not speak. I remind her of what she could have did better. She has a relationship with her other 3 children. It's just I was the one who spoke of the elephant in the room. Again, she wanted me to still have a relationship with my abuser, my rapist. Let's call it for what it is. And I refused to. He would still come over. She'll say, "Give him a hug. That's your brother." Yes. And he is responsible for me being 5 years old and having my hymen ripped. Like, let's tell the truth. This is what it is. And for her, that didn't matter. She wanted that image. She didn't care because she was violated as a child, and she still has to this day a relationship with the uncle that violated her. I refuse. The cycle stops with me. Again, if this is overwhelming for anyone, just breathe. hand on your heart, hand on your belly or your womb or your lower abdomen, and ground yourself. And just remember, this story that I'm telling is very true. And online account, I'm sorry that this is overwhelming you, but this is a very true story. This did happen to me, and I am going to do a therapy session today, EMDR, to reprocess this where it's not affecting me every day. And I would love your support by subscribing and liking and following my journey of healing. And I want to thank you for being here. And I agree, Stevie, it's a cycle of sickness. It's a disease. I call it the pathology of normalcy. Pathology is disease, and it's normal. It's they're trying to normalize it even in society by saying that pedophilia is a form of sexuality. And it's disgusting. It really is. Thank you, Life Light, for saying that I am brave. I think you are brave as well. I think you are very brave for being here. Um, I feel that it's necessary for survivors to recognize that they are the true warriors, and um, that they are the true warriors of life. And I believe that it's time for us to change laws, and that is something that I'm working on. I'll be doing another live in a couple weeks here, speaking about my petition, and because healing is not just revolutionary, it's communal. Does anyone have any questions for me? All right. Stevie, I'm gonna make you the moderator. Again, and yes, he was being abused by my aunt, who was being abused by her uncle, which is my great uncle. Truly, it is a cycle. I will be speaking more about the cycle in my family. I'll actually do a little brief short like document, not like documentary style video on on everything. Overwhelming for you. Imagine what it's like actually going through it. Get over yourself. Yeah, I think they were just being empathetic mentally. She said, breathe if anyone feels overwhelmed, and they said they were. Um, yeah, yeah, Stevie mentally not okay. Stevie is definitely, she is my sister. She's my soul sister. She is my bestie. I recently did a video on how she and I are healing together. Even though we have our own journeys, we are definitely healing, and how we are having to learn, communication styles. Will you be speaking after all your sessions about EMDR? I will. I will absolutely do that. I will absolutely do that. Um, I will after my session today, take a look at how I look right now. Let me see if I got to turn on the light. Does that make it better? Is that better or worse, you guys? Take a look at how my face looks now. After my EMDR session, my face is not going to look like this. Um, It's not. It's not. So I will definitely do a live. I'm not sure how my husband's going to feel about that, but I'm definitely going to do a live after my EMDR session to show you guys, to show everyone what it is like going through the trenches of those memories that are actually inside of your mind and affecting and effecting your body and your nervous system, and how addressing the pain, addressing those memories show up. I learned love was no boundaries, and all fight. And I'm learning harmony. I'm learning to balance what love is. I wasn't loved. I was never loved until I met my husband. I didn't have a real friend until I met Mentally Not Okay. And this is very true. I did not have anyone that loved me or cared about me until my husband came into my life. And I never had a authentic, real friendship, sistership, until I met Stevie. I didn't, I wasn't able to truly heal until I had this therapist as well. And these are just facts. These are just facts. Um, any questions? I promise, I did kind of roast someone a little bit earlier today, but that was only because they woke up one morning and decided to be um, low vibrational and projected onto me. And it's not, no one has permission to disrespect me. Um, and I don't have permission to disrespect anyone else. And I'm not going to tolerate the foolishness. We have been through too much as individuals. I get it. I get that the internet is an easy way for people to project their insecurities, project their hurt onto others, but we're not going to do that here. As I stated, I want this to be a safe haven for individuals who have been through things. Um, and that is the goal. I want that for everyone who comes here. So I will always ask um, Mentally Not Stevie to be a moderator, to delete those comments, because soon as those two comments popped up, I got distracted onto them, and I never want those little minor distractions to um, get away from the message. So today's message, really in a long-winded way, is heal what hurts, heal what hurts. And when you heal what hurts, trust me, it's not easy, but it is worth it. I didn't even know what trauma was. No one even explained to me what trauma was. So let me explain to you a little bit what trauma is. If I smacked you, you're going to have a bruise on your face, right? That bruise is trauma. It is a reaction to a physical slap. That is trauma. Your emotional response and your physical response to being slapped can go a few ways. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And those are trauma responses to, let's say, getting slapped. Um, Stevie, are you still here? Okay. Um, I don't have any expectations going into I don't have any expectations going into my EMDR session today, except that what my best friend told me yesterday when I called her crying. My brother was my boogeyman. I knew my brother was my boogeyman. There were times where he would go in rages, and whoever he would beat up, I remember he would literally beat us up, right? But the person he wouldn't beat up was the person who he would assault that day. So imagine wanting to be physically assaulted and abused to not be defiled. And imagine a mother and father who has no response for you to protect you. You you're not protected. I wasn't protected as a child. I did the best that I could to protect myself. He tells a story that I was responsible for him getting a whooping every day for a year. And that story is true. I could not physically beat him. So I learned that with my mom's hangovers, the last thing she wanted to hear was us screaming her name about something he was doing. So I am responsible for, I would, soon as I see him, I'd scream and I'll say, Mom, Kevin is doing this, or Mom, Kevin is doing that. And then I did train my sister to do the same, you know, and my mom would whoop him, mostly because she was hanging over and she just didn't want to hear. So yes, I couldn't physically beat him, so I learned to beat him with my mind. I did the best that I could to protect myself from my predator, but I was still a child. What's maddening is when individuals tell me that as a child I didn't do enough, when adulting the child is the problem in the first place. A child should not and is not responsible for protecting themselves. That's why God said, okay, father, mother, child. And in African spirituality, father, elders, father, mother, children, community around the child, right? It takes a village. That is an African saying. But what happens if the village is complicit in the trauma? What happens when the village has all been violated? What happens when the village has all been defiled? What happens if the system also doesn't protect children? And we're seeing that today with the Epstein files. We've seen it. We've seen it. Even today, sexual assault, pedophilia is being pushed as normalization as a form of sexuality. I am disgusted that there are actual debates of individuals who believe that a child has a choice to be in a relationship with an adult, and a child is a child. We don't see children in this society as we are supposed to see children as they are: vulnerable, vulnerable. There should never be a debate that an adult attracted child. Don't call them pedophiles. It's just that the adult attracted to child. The person who's defending that adult who is attracted to a child, they need to be locked up for life too. Where is the common sense? Where is the sense? Where's the outrage? Where's the anger? Where there's no way I will look at my child, and I'm not a mom, not yet. I got to heal before I bring a child into this world, right? But I'd be damned if someone says to my child, hey, I'm an adult attracted to children and I'd like you. Okay, hey, I'm gonna call up Stevie and I'm gonna say, listen, I'm serving life And, you may have to smack my daughter in the mouth because she is a little bit like me. She's going to be like me now. Discipline as necessary. Here's visiting. And you'll do a good job raising my little chocolate drop. But nah. Like me and my husband would probably have to do this: rock paper scissors. Nah, let's do 2 out of 3. Rock paper scissors on who's going to go to prison. This society is sick. This is a very sick society when a predator gets less time than an individual who is selling drugs, right? Um, though my brother went through a 9-month program for youth sex offenders, he ended up being in that program until he was 19 years old because he continuously kept fighting in the program. He kept fighting. He just wasn't um, coping very well with that program and all of what that entailed. So I didn't see him again. Last time I had seen him was when he was 13, and then I saw him again when he was 19. And I remember my mom coming to me and saying, "Your brother's getting out. And I just want you to know to remember that's still my son." Me and my sister get back from school and she's braiding his hair and he jumps up and reaches out to give us a hug. I didn't want to give him a hug. And my mom, I was about every bitch you can think of. My mom was so angry at me for not wanting to give him love. Um, Family members who felt like I was the problem because I showed signs of CPTSD. I had anxiety. Um, I didn't understand why it was my responsibility as a child to make everyone feel okay with the fact that I had been trafficked and violated. In fact, we went to foster care. My sister and I went to foster care. And true story, the week she got us back, she allowed her boyfriend, who's now her husband, registered sex offender cousin. She allowed her boyfriend's cousin to spend the night. Mind you, he just got out of prison for assaulting his stepdaughters and his own daughter and giving them diseases they would never be able to get rid of. And I asked her, I said, "You just got us back. Why would you let him spend the night?" And again, I was a disrespectful bitch. And that she didn't get sleep that night, knowing that he was downstairs and we were upstairs. But she still had him spend the night. She never told her husband no, who, and this is also a true story, he got a teenager pregnant. He should be a registered offender. But somehow my mom put it into her mind that it was the young girl's fault. Well, she lied about her age. Well, he was dropping her off at high school. How could he not tell that she was a child? Well, she lied to him about her age. Okay, well, when he found out how old she was and got her pregnant, what's not clicking? I was never protected. None of us were. And so my EMDR sessions this month is really going to be about I was worth love. I was worth protection. That is my first time saying that out loud and actually believing and meaning it, you guys. I was worth love. I was worth protection. Um, I was worth that. I'm still worth it. And I have an incredible husband. I mean, he is just phenomenal, y'all. He wakes up and chooses me every day, even when I forget to choose myself. I don't feel sorry for anybody that will say or come to him, um, or even go to Stevie and say that I'm worthless or that I am useless or me telling my story to help others heal is pointless. I don't feel sorry for him. Y'all saw how she just was as a moderator, like, oh, get over yourself. And somebody had to say, wait, wait, wait. She just so I I am worthy. I cannot tell people the affirmations at the end of my videos of you're special, strong, and did nothing wrong if I'm not internalizing that myself, if I'm not believing that myself. And that would make me a hypocrite. So at 35 years old, y'all, I am special, I am strong, and I did nothing wrong to be violated, defiled, dehumanized, trafficked, assaulted, um, abused. And where I am now is removing the residual effects of trauma. For the last 15 months, the reason why I had locks in my hair was because I wanted to, they symbolized to me, um, I didn't want to focus on my hair as I'm healing. So 15 months was as long as I had my locks in my hair, and I just combed them out in January. And we got through the nitty-gritty, and I am now capable. My nervous system is now capable of doing the EMDR sessions on um, my boogeyman. So, if there aren't any more questions, I would like to just see if y'all have any more questions before I head out. And my session is at 3 p.m. Central Time. And if hubby is okay with it, because again, it's not that he tells me what to do, it's just that he he's my pit bull, y'all. He's a pit bull with everybody else, but not with me. He's a lion. He is a man of honor. He is a man of authority. He's a man of boundaries. But most importantly, he is a man of God. And uh, though I am sharing this journey with everyone, his biggest concern would be what happened earlier, where I had two trolls come in saying what they said and setting me back, in which no one has permission to set me back because I don't even have permission to set me back. We got laws to change and we have children to save. When I pass away, laws that water the spirit and in the community that we're building here, that we have changed will literally be responsible for the protection of children, my grandchildren, children, my great grandchildren, my fifth great grandchildren, and yours as well. And that is what I believe. This is what God has put on my heart. And this is the contract I signed to be in this life. Um, is there any questions? Well, I would definitely like to thank the two people who stayed in. Uh, Life Light, that is a very, very, I like that. And I like your picture as well. If you're still in, I like that picture. All right, so I will say this ways to support me. Subscribe and hit that like button. If you want to support my journey, financially, my Venmo is the @ water to spirit. It is in my description box. If you want to gift me personally, my personal Venmo is Denisha, DENISHA hyphen IMANI, which is Denisha Imani. I will also put in the comments, the comment section. I just want to thank everyone for being here. And moving forward, how I'm going to start my lives is some sound therapy and some somatic breathing. And yes, my children's book. Yes, I am a children's book author. I have books, 3 books on Amazon, and thank you, Stevie. My children's book is called Butterflies in Me. It is a collection of stories, about 4 stories, and it's called Butterflies in Me because a butterfly is how I see a child's mental health is the metaphor. A butterfly can fly against the strongest winds, but if you pull on the wings with too much pressure, you'll never be able to fly again. So, yes, our children are resilient and strong, but there are some things that they shouldn't have to go through. The book is about the child's mental health. There isn't any stories about sexual abuse in the book, but this book is very, very beautiful. At the end of each story is you're special, you're strong, and you did nothing wrong. You're special, you're strong, and you did nothing wrong. Sounds familiar? That is what I say at the end of each video. Because I believe even as adults, if we heard that as children, would we flinch with love? Would we flinch with who we are and not what the world says, right? So my children's book, Butterflies in Me, there's the link right there that that Stevie just put in there. I want to thank you guys. It's also on Amazon. It's also on Amazon. It's also on Lulu. Well, I will be putting it on Lulu. Excuse me, I apologize. It's not on Lulu. But yes, it is on Amazon right now. You can also purchase copies directly from me. If you show me proof that you've liked and subscribed to my channel, I will also give you a discount. And what will come, let me show you guys what the books look like. Give me 1 second. Okay. This is Butterflies in Me. It's a little backwards, but again, this is Butterflies in Me. All right. That's the children's book. This is the workbook, Learning to Love Your Butterfly. This is to assist uh, children, with, grades 4 through 12, who would like to, play games, and there's also self-esteem builders in this workbook as well. This workbook will help you find your voice, spread your wings, and regain a sense of purpose and direction. And this right here is Tools for Children to Embrace Their Mental Health. This is their companion book. This book is step-by-step instructions. It has list of materials, worksheets, and discussion questions for adults who would like to better understand how to assist the youth that they work with or their own children with better understanding their grief, their loss, their loneliness, their depression. And there's 2 males in the story, and there's 2 females in the story. And yes, all right. So I'm gonna head out. Again, you guys, you're special, you're strong, and you did nothing wrong.